Now, the military appears bent on exploring every means available to tackle the ongoing insurgency in the country. And one of the strategies is a robust civil-military relations, which the Chief of Defense Staff, Air Marshal Alex Bade, has identified as important. Air Marshal Bade made the observation at the inauguration of the Strategic Nigeria Interagency Civil-Military Cooperation Community. Our correspondent Amaka Okafor reports.
The insecurity in Nigeria and the nature of military operations to tackle insurgency has led to the engagement of the civilians by the military, especially in the north. A development the Chief of Defense Staff says has yielded positive results in the war against terror.
I must also at this point acknowledge the contributions of the youth vigilantes, popularly called civilian JTF, and other Nigerians who have continued to support the military in the war against insurgents. This is an excellent manifestation of civil military cooperation. They understand that war on insurgency is our collective war and not just the military's war.
In order to further strengthen the relations between the military and civilians, the Nigerian Interagency Civil-Military Cooperation Community has been set up.
The formation of the Nigeria Interagency Civic Community will no doubt serve as a veritable platform for Nigerian armed forces and other security agencies to further key into current international best practices in this very important requirement for the conduct of internal security operations.
The human rights component of the project funded by the European Union, which aims to improve such interaction, but improve in the concept which Nigeria wishes to create, is relevant for the operations against terrorism and insurgency in areas of Nigeria where the population is confronted at first hand with the security forces. It is important to say that this project, proposing a complementary approach to the traditional conduct of counter-terrorism and counter-insurgency operations, is among the very few projects of this nature being implemented in Africa. I wish, then, to congratulate the Nigerian authorities and armed forces for being part of this important development. It is a landmark. It is a serious and very important milestone.
In the words of the Chief of Defense Staff, when the military is at war, it is the entire nation that is at war. It is therefore imperative that all instruments of national power, ranging from diplomacy, information, military and economy, be used to fight the common enemy. Amaka Okafor, Channels Television News.
The chairman of the Governing Council of the National Human Rights Commission has frowned on the increasing attacks on the nation's prisons and jailbreaks across the country. Professor Chidi Odinkalu, who addressed a news conference in Abuja shortly after a meeting of the Commission's council, says the attacks have become worrisome as the rights of innocent Nigerians who work at the various prisons are being violated. The council also expressed concerns about the attacks on judges in Ekiti and Ebonyi states and the continued closure of courts in Rivers State.
Over the past month, at least 3 prisons have been attacked in what appeared to be insurgent attacks, which led to the sacking of the prisons and the liberation, in quotes, of hundreds of prisoners. And we believe that this is a major threat to the integrity of the criminal justice system and of the safety and security system of our country. And Council is concerned about this and took a decision to address this at the highest levels of political chain of command that guarantees safety and security of Nigeria and Nigerians and of all persons that live in Nigeria.
To politics, and the dust over the conduct of the Lagos State People's Democratic Party primary held on Monday has not settled, as one of the aspirants in the race and a former Minister of State for Defense, Senator Musiliu Obanikoro, has taken the party to the Federal High Court. Senator Obanikoro today told journalists and party supporters at his Lagos campaign office that the primary was a sham and should not stand because the process was not free and fair. Our political correspondent Sheung Okimbalue reports.
The It is several days since the Lagos State PDP governorship primary, a conduct which has raised a lot of controversies. Anger and outcry erupted. But a winner emerged.
I thank the party.
The outcome of the process is still generating concerns among some party members. He was quiet on the day, but now Senator Musiliu Obanikoro is not happy, and several days after, he's become more vocal, and in Lagos, he tells journalists and his supporters his grievances about the conduct.
And they did this across the board. So that is now 806 became 866. They added 60. In addition to those that were not delegates that were brought in, and they won the election to stand. And the truth is that the election of Monday was the council and repeated.
The former Minister of State for Defense has already taken a decision, and his latest move will now compel his party to answer questions about the conduct of the polling court. For Obanikoro, it is a fight to finish.
Our petition on Tuesday, thinking that yesterday the party will reply according to the guidelines of the party. They are not responded as I speak to you today. And we will notice that if I don't respond, we're going to the federal court and sue the party today. And anything that will prevail, that judgment towards the greater Lagos, we are going to fight every inch of law in our law.
Mr. Obanikoro and his party will meet in court to settle this cause as he seeks justice, but INEC's deadline for parties to submit their candidates' details is few days away. How fast the party can resolve its differences in time to settle down for real campaigns remains to be seen. Sheung Okimbaloye reporting for Channels Television News.
Still ahead on the news at 10, federal government announces plans to review hidden charges by airline operators. Coming up in a moment. You join us again.